94XO, it's Moni XO. I'm about to speak to the co-founder and executive director, Mike Woods of Dream Builders for Equity. Stay tuned.
You're watching 94XO.
So let's start off with what is Dream Builders for Equity?
Yeah, so Dream Builders for Equity, it's a nonprofit, but what we do is we rehab properties north of Del Mar. We do it with high school students, and we give those high school students equity in the property. So that means that every time we sell a property, portions of that go directly to our students in scholarship form. But not only that, the students are also making $10 an hour while they work with us. That's the youth employment component. And then lastly, they are required to journal. We compile those journals and then make it into a book that they then have 100% ownership of. So when most people hear about Dream Builders, they immediately get attached to the real estate portion of the program. But in real life, it's really about ownership. We want to make sure that these young people have a boss mentality and to really make sure that it's tangible and they actually receiving funds for all the work that they do.
Yeah, so where did the idea of you wanting to start this nonprofit come up?
So it's me and my buddy Neil Richardson. We are both of the co-founders. We actually were just sitting in this crib one day and we was like, we gotta find a way to give the young people all of the knowledge and information that we have right now at 33, 32 years old. How do we give that to these 16, 17-year-olds? So what we did is take all of our lived experiences and then bottle it up into this program. So before Dream Builders, I own real estate properties, investment properties. I also published 4 books. I was an entrepreneur doing personal training and things like that. Neil Richardson, the other co-founder, he worked at U.S. Bank CDC, so he's been doing a lot of community development. And then he also had investment properties as well. So what we did is, if you really look at the program, you just see our lives reflected in that, and then we're giving it to these young people at 16, 17 years old.
Yeah, so how has it been with like the challenges to have a nonprofit? Because I know it's a lot of things that play a part into having that, just a business in general. So,
well, with our program, it's extremely cash intensive. So we're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars just on the rehab of the property. And that has nothing to do with the overhead of trying to have staffing. That has nothing to do with the dollars that actually go to the young people for their youth employment. So it's very cash intensive, and then trying to get people to really believe in your work and believe in your mission.
yeah.
That's also difficult, especially when you're led by 2 young black males from those same communities that we're serving. We have to do a lot to build that credibility and build that respect. So that's a lot of our heavy lifting up front. But then the reward is we get to see these young people making a killing, not only making money, but also having ownership of their story and their narrative, having ownership of the communities and neighborhoods that they live in, but then also being able to grow and flourish in the real world. So that's our reward more so than anything, even though it is difficult. But I think the fact that we're able to really provide something tangible to the young people make it worth it.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the different programs that you guys offer for the youth. It's including the Summer Youth Academy, real estate, and the book publishing.
Yep. And I do appreciate you because you actually came out to our poetry slam and book signing, which was a huge piece of our program. That's really the capstone of everything that we're doing kind of coming together. So we have the Summer Academy, which is an 8-week summer academy. This is where the youth are getting paid $10 an hour for 20 to 30 hours a week, and that's housed out of St. Louis University. But during that time, we're doing personal development, professional development, financial literacy, and really just building them up as humans. But then outside of that, we take them over to the sites where they're doing the real estate work, where they're actually rehabbing their properties and getting them ready for a first-time homeowner. But then, of course, they're journaling. We compile those journals, make it into a book. And then we have that showcase where we show the entire community. We bring folks in, and then the young people are able to be celebrated for their work. And they make a killing at the book signing where I'd be like extremely jealous of them because I'm looking at everybody that's walking in. I'm like, that's $25 a pop that's going to these young folks. So that's always fun. And their eyes are bright. And then what also always shocks me is how willing they are to share their stories with the community. It just shows how much confidence they are building while they're in our program to be able to stand in front of 300 folks and just really talk confidently about your journey. That's something that I'm always impressed by.
Yeah, and I can know that it's something that's very emotional for you guys. Just me, being at that event,
Oh my
even I
God.
got teary-eyed about it. But
Yeah.
with everything that you guys do and have done, like, what are the, I guess, biggest challenges keeping everything and maintaining to keep everything together?
Biggest challenges. It's always the stuff that don't have to deal with the young people. Everything that has to do with the young people is like fun. They give us the energy. Like when we see them growing, that gives us energy to keep going. But being a black-led organization, we have to go into these boardrooms and try to raise the money to do this.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it don't connect with everybody. They don't understand, like, why do you want to give kids money? Why do you want them to have bank accounts? Why do you want to build their credit? And we like, this is how we got into these problems and these issues now as a society, is that we wasn't really thinking about the folks that didn't have the resources. So it's hard to communicate that to people who may not have these same lived experiences. So that's always difficult. But again, once we get back in front of the community and back in front of our young people, we realize, that the fight is important, that we got to keep doing it.
And that's crazy just for them to not realize, like, how important it is to learn about credit and things like stuff we didn't get to learn about in school and stuff. Like, shoot, I'm 26 and I'm still trying to figure out these things.
Yeah.
So, like, that's dope. That's awesome, like, that you guys are creating these opportunities
Appreciate that.
for the youth. What has been one of your favorite moments so far?
I think every year I really enjoy, we go to US Bank CDC, which is my other business partner. His full-time job is there. He has a really fancy title. He's a big deal over there. But he's able to connect with their CEO, and the CEO always allows the young people to actually come and visit that workspace. They get to go on a rooftop. It's like a swimming pool up there. They get to engage with the CEO and have conversations, and they get to see how the bank actually works. It's not just bankers, there's lawyers, it's so many different entities inside of that, and that's always rewarding. But of course, the biggest and proudest moment is always our book signings, because this is us celebrating all the work that we've done up until that point. The first book signing we had was at the Moolah. We did a documentary about the program that ended up being in the International Film Festival.
Hey.
So yeah, no, it was kind of big deal. I felt famous. I'm like, man, I'm Robert De
You try to
Niro.
be chill about it.
Yeah, I felt like Robert De Niro for a little minute. But no, that was a special moment. The students got celebrated. They was on a big screen. And then the latest one that you went to was when they actually did a poetry slam. So those are always exciting moments. And like you said, super emotional. I know I cried in the car. I had a couple people crying in
cried there.
I probably cried there. I cried manly tears. I cried thug tears. So it was a good time though.
Yeah, so speaking of that, like, what projects are you guys currently working on, and how has the pandemic kind of maybe slowed things down with what you guys are doing right now?
So right now we're working on a development in Hyde Park. So we do 5 rehabs per year, and then we also are doing 5 home repairs for community members, community residents. So every time we do a rehab, we make sure we identify a current resident that needs some type of assistance in their home, whether it's a new bathroom, whether it's fixing their deck. That's something that we give to them free. We want them to feel a part of the community development that we're doing. Our goal is to do 25 properties in that community, and then also 25 home repairs for current residents in that neighborhood. The way that COVID has affected us is that it just minimizes how many people can be together. So typically when we have our summer academy, we have 60 of us all in one room. We're learning, we're doing all these things together. But we had to pivot, and now we have groups of 5. So each person in our program now is partnered in groups. So now we're just separating it like that. And it is a little bit difficult. When they see each other, they having a blast because they miss each other.
Yeah.
But it breaks my heart that we're not able to kick it like we used to. Yeah.
I say, but overall, though, I think it's still, everything is going well. At least you're able to
We
still
blessed. Yeah.
move around and do things like that. So, yeah, I'm excited for you. So,
Thank you.
before we wrap up with the Closer HR, can you let everybody know where they can find more information?
For sure.
Donate.
Please, hey, look, donate. Where the camera's at, donate. It's going to a good cause, and you see that the dollars are being transferred to where they're supposed to be, to the young people and then to the community. But you can go to Dream Builders for Equity, and that 4 is a number on any social media platform. That's Facebook, Instagram. We have a Twitter that's not super active, but you can definitely follow us there. And then dreambuildersforequity.org is our website. Tune in to everything we got going on for sure.
Okay, now let's get to the fun part.
Let's do it. Let's get it.
So you're going to pick out 3 questions. You're going to answer them the best way you can.
3 questions.
Appropriately as best as you can. Read
If
that
you
loud.
could trade lives with anybody for a day, who would it be and why? Trade lives. Damn, that's heavy. Trade lives.
Right, that was kind of deep.
Yeah, that is
My
kind
bad.
of deep. I'm kind of stunned. Let me see. Who do I mess with right now? Damn, this is hard, man. I don't know. Anybody successful. Right now, I like Jim McKelvey. He's a St. Louis guy who co-founder of Square, Cash App, all of that.
Okay.
It's just interesting to see people from St. Louis when they make it to that level, like being, I think their company valued at several $billion, and just being a St. Louis person that has that type of influence and power. That's interesting. That's interesting. And then Cash App is dope too. So yeah, if I can own that. And then again, I'll just be picking the brain and just trying to figure out everything that he did and try to build my own stuff from there. But yeah, I think that's one of the people. Of course, I mean, I think the average answer would have been like Jay-Z or something.
I say my shallow self was gonna say Karuchi.
look, hey, live your life. Nothing wrong with that. That's official.
That's my twin, y'all.
That is your twin. Y'all look alike. For sure.
Next question.
Give me the names of 3 objects or things that you love. Give me the names of 3 objects or things that you love the most and why. You getting me again, man. These are tough questions. 3
Right, you're
objects.
not getting the funny ones.
These are good. These are all deep. Like, these are some deep questions. 3 objects that I love. Objects. I don't know. I love chess. So I say chess 1. I love chess to death. I play that all day long. So, and I love that because it's about strategy. It forces me to think. And then when you're doing this type of stuff, this nonprofit world is, you have to play chess in this game. So that's important. Objects. Dang, objects, what else?
Your phone. Because
your
do all that
phone. What is the
work.
question that I love? Yeah, your phone. Without your phone, man, nothing. That's a part of us now. We cyberboards. We half phone, half human. So gotta have your phone. And then the third, my properties. Yeah, I feel like that's where a lot of my.
We got them professional answers.
Hey, look, I'm trying. The Jay-Z, I could have picked Jay-Z and been like, I get to kick it with Beyonce type stuff, but then my girl will see it and I get in trouble. But no, I say, my properties, chessboard, and then the phone.
Okay. Question number 3, last one.
Let me pick one.
Pick wisely.
If you could start a collection of one kind of item, you gave me these deep ones, bro. If you could start a collection of one kind of item, what would it be?
You should have shook it up.
No, but it's cool. I collect art, so I love art. I guess that could have been this question too. But yeah, I love art. I have a bunch of art. I buy everything I can, especially from like people that I really believe in St. Louis. Like, we got some of the coldest artists in the city. Yeah, my Uva, you gotta mess with him. Cash King is called Seals, Brock Seals, Spook, Lex. We got some crazy art. So yeah, art, collecting art. That's cool. I'm glad you ain't asked me no. It was all great PG-13 strong questions. These are good.
I appreciate you taking the time speaking to me, Executive Director.
Hey,
Mike Woods.
no big deal.
I'm Moni XO, and we are out. Be easy.
Appreciate you.
It's your girl Moni XO, and you just finished a 94XO interview. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment to our YouTube channel, and follow us on social media platforms. Be easy.